So Gavin here with Her Sport, and I'm delighted to be joined by Annalise Murphy, soon to compete in her third Olympics. Annalise, how are things?
Yeah, things are good. I guess it's getting pretty exciting now. I got my Olympic kit yesterday, so that's always a really exciting day. Just you get like a suitcase just full of like Irish t-shirts, and I know in sailing we don't get very much team kit, so it's pretty exciting time.
I bet. And listen, it's safe to say it's been a long time coming with everything that's gone on the past year. How good is it to say that it's finally nearly here? It's just around the corner.
Oh, it's yeah, it's great. It's like a big relief just being knowing that it's finally happening. And I guess one of the biggest questions I've had to deal with over the last probably 6 months is, but do you think it's going to get cancelled? And I'm just like, it's like, I don't know. I don't have like the hotline to, the Japanese government.
Yeah.
So it's great that those questions I think are finally going to stop because people are like, well, you're going to Japan. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, it's happening. And how was it preparing in the middle of all that, and so much uncertainty? How tough was it to stay focused?
Um, to be honest, last year, when the Olympics got postponed, I didn't actually find that too difficult. I was just kept on training away really hard, and I think nearly having a focus of being able to just train, particularly during the lockdowns, was really good. It gave me something to do each day. I worked on all of like the small things that I haven't had so much time to do over the years, and spent a massive amount of time working on my fitness and my strength, and fixing all the little injuries that I've picked up over my career. So in that way, it was quite good. But I got to probably October, and I just suddenly was like, I can't believe I have to keep on going until like next August.
Yeah.
And yeah, I definitely lost some motivation there. But I was out mountain biking, and I fully mangled myself on my mountain bike. I broke my nose and like completely like cut my whole face and cut my hands and elbows, um and I think it was like the kind of wake up call I needed. I was like, oh, you're really lucky that you didn't actually really hurt yourself. Like I was grand. I was able to go training the next day. I was like, you're really lucky. You need to, it was like really like just like, okay, get back focused.
Yeah.
And that kind of helped me refocus for the like the whole lead up to where I'm at now.
Yeah, for sure. And would you like to talk me through your training schedule now, just when it's just around the corner? What's it looking like? Are you on the go every day? Is it? I'm sure it's very focused and tailored.
um yes, it's been pretty intense. I just finished my last training camp with my international training partners. I've been training with the Danish team actually since 2013, but particularly Anne-Marie Rindam, she's a Danish girl. The two of us have been training together really hard all winter, and it was quite emotional, like our last camp together before the Olympics, knowing how hard we've pushed each other. But back at home for sort of 2 weeks before the Olympics, and I'm just focusing on basically staying fit, working on like lots of small things with sailing that, just sort of boat handling and technique, not trying to change anything massively, just basically ticking over with the sailing side of things. And then also just like ramping up my sort of heat acclimatization training a bit in the lead into the games, because it's going to be hot in Japan. I've been doing sort of heat training since January, so I've done 2 blocks of it already. So I know what to expect. Actually, the room, this is my dad's office I'm in at the moment, but the room next door to this is my little heat chamber. So I've got I just turned the heating on in there, and borrowed a couple of Dyson heaters from my mum's friends. And I would just like crank up the heat, try and get it humid in the room, and then I just go on my turbo trainer and cycle away. So it's they're not that pleasant, the heat sessions. You end up going like fully purple during them, but it's just all these little, doing these little things that hopefully they're going to help. And if nothing else, they're not going to be a hindrance.
Sure, you'll be best prepared. And how has the support been from family and friends? I'm sure everyone's counting down the days as much as you are.
Yeah, the sport's brilliant. My family are amazing. They've been, my best supporters the whole way through my entire sort of sailing career. I'm obviously disappointed that they're not going to be out in Japan this time cheering me on, but they're all pretty excited about it. Just, they'll be at home here. My sister's taking the week off work because she's like, I'm just going to be too stressed. She's like, I couldn't be in hospital working with people. I wouldn't know what I'd be doing.
Yeah, she's probably better off.
So so she's taking the week off work so she could just like stress watch me racing and whatever. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be at like 6 a.m. as well. So she'll just be like up at the crack of dawn every day watching. And my brother, he made me this like headband which I can't wear, but like I'm like obsessed with Will Ferrell movies. So like particularly like Blades of Glory and Talladega Nights. Like I'm always quoting them, like not first, you're last, and and things like this. So like my brother made me this headband, and he's written all these like Will Ferrell movie quotes all over it. And he's like, "This is what's going to win you the medal at the Olympics." So
have you ready? Then have you ready?
Yeah, I don't think I can actually. He was like, maybe don't actually wear it when you're sailing because the permanent marker might run out of the headband into your eyes and blind you. So.
At least I have you ready. You're in the zone, let's say. And in regards to the games themselves, listen, it's your third. You obviously have London and Rio on your CV. How beneficial is it to have this experience heading into it?
It's massively beneficial. I think like going to the London games, I was like 22, really young athlete, just so excited to be there, like getting to experience the entire thing. Going up to London for the opening ceremony was pretty amazing. And it's like your first Olympics. I think that's always going to be such a big deal because even just getting there is the massive achievement. But I learned so many lessons during London, and then I was able to take them into Rio. And Rio kind of had nearly the event of my life. Sailed really well, and I guess finishing second in Rio, the biggest relief was that I didn't finish fourth again, because I had a good chance going into the final race of finishing fourth again. I was just like, I don't know. I think that probably would have broken me. I don't know if I would have been able to keep on sailing after that.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely like having the experience of the two games is going to be great going into Tokyo. It's going to be quite different. There's a lot of the playbook puts in a lot of restrictions on athletes, which I guess is good because there's pretty much zero risk of you possibly getting COVID out there. But I am going to be in my hotel room on my own a lot of the time, which is going to be lonely because I love being around people. I've been quite lucky the last two Olympics. I've had like a big team around me, and because my family have been over on my sort of reserve days, they've been able to bring me to the cinema on my reserve days to sort of give me like a sense of normality. But it's I'm so excited that they're going ahead. I think in certain sports, the Olympics, it's everything for you. Particularly like sailing, it's a sport where the only thing they care about is the Olympics. Like things like athletics, there's so many sports where this is it. And if it had been cancelled for the sports where the Olympics is the pinnacle, it would have been pretty devastating. So it's exciting.
Sure, it is exciting. And what's your mindset like heading to the games? Have you thought too much about winning a medal, or are you just fully focused on performance, or what way do you go about your thinking?
I think like everyone, like you dream about getting to the Olympics and winning Olympic medals, and I definitely, I daydream about it all the time.
Yeah.
But I also know the importance of, I can't just be like Will Ferrell quote, you're from Blades of Glory, if you can dream it, you can do it, like that kind of thing. Like you do have to actually race 11 races to get to that point. So I'm just gonna focus on just boat speed, race strategy, and trying to sail a really good series. And at the end of the day, I have to sail really well. Probably some of my closest competitors have to make more mistakes than I do, and have to have yeah, just like sailing, there is a bit of sort of luck involved in it as to what kind of conditions you're going to get. So I'm definitely feel like in a really good place, like in my head and, you know, in my sailing, but I have to go and do the business out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed with a bit of luck. Let me see. That's it, Annalise. Thanks a million. I really appreciate coming on today and taking time out of your training to talk to me. And the very best of luck next month. And we'll all be shouting you on.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.